Hi guys, today we're doing an install for a Masport groomer. I've got Tracy behind the camera. Say hi, Trace.
Hi.
The reason for this is because they're quite complicated. We've had to work on this for a few weeks to figure out how it's going to work. The newer Masports like this one has a cartridge system where the reel will come out with the bottom blade holder. As you can see, I've already got the groomer installed here. So we've had to design brackets to suit the bottom blade holder replacement, which has been quite difficult, and there's been a lot of things that we've had to modify and work out. Normally on most other mowers, Elrose, Anywise, Scott Bonners, they're quite easy. You've just got a bottom blade holder replacement. This is an Elro, just bolts in. Then you've got the reel that goes in as well, and it's quite simple. But with this, it's a different story. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to uninstall it and chuck it back in. It's actually going to take quite a while. I've only done one or two, but it'll still take me a while even with all the right gear. So what you'll need, what I recommend is an impact driver. If you don't have one, go and get one. You'll need a bearing puller. If you don't have one, go and get one. They're only about 30 bucks. A little bit of grease and sockets and screwdrivers and all those sort of standard tools. So what I'll do is I'll get into it, start taking it apart, and then I'll put it back together, touch wood, within a reasonable time frame so Trace doesn't get too bored. Alright, let's start with the chain. Grab some needle nose pliers. Otherwise you can take this chain guide off. It'll probably have to come off anyway. It's too tight, you'll have to take the con link off the chain. If not, just do that. Most of the newer ones will have a sprocket with a key, and I'll just pull off, and that's in case you'll need the bearing puller. This is threaded, it's the left hand thread, and it's tightish. Hopefully I can get it off by hand, otherwise we'll have to tap it off with a bit of brass or something. Try not to bugger up the teeth. Just try and remember the order of things you took off, because you'll have to do it in reverse order, obviously. When putting it back on, don't forget to put that back on before you put the bolts in. I've basically done that every time I've played with these Masports. Don't tip the mower back too far, you don't want oil going into the motor. So that's the bottom blade holder replacement. That's what that looks like. Obviously the one on the cutting blade will look a bit different than this, but it's similar sort of theory. So You have to get those springs off. What we'll do is loosen them right off initially.
Catch.
And then that's where the impact driver makes it a lot easier. So loosen those right off. Take the springs out without losing them. It can end up on the other side of the shed if you're not careful. Right, so those. Now we need to take the bearing housings off. They shouldn't just slip off, they should be reasonably tight. And if they are, then you can use the bearing puller. With a cutting reel, it might be, these housings might be closer to the edge of the reel. It might be awkward to get it off, but in that case you'll have to try and jimmy it off a little bit from the side of the cutting reel. And when you get enough room, get the bearing puller in there. And you can use that to get it off as well. If you don't have one, obviously you can just use a spanner.
Doesn't want to come off.
That is super tight for some reason.
There you go. No?
No. Anyway, I might leave that one on for now because we're going to start the, that's basically it for the uninstalling process. Is that a word, Trace? Uninstalling?
Uninstall.
Once I get that off, I was going to put it back on anyway. So basically, these brackets are what we've made up to replace the bottom blade holder. Quite a bit of work went into them.
Zinc plated them.
Zinc plated them, thank you. So to start the install, we would put the housings on. You can put these on first.
Maybe we'll do another video for install. Otherwise it will be too long.